watching from Death Valley. Wow.
She will hang over my head. I know. I make a joke that she's going to be on my professional tombstone one of these days. The guy who interviewed Jodi Arias after her last verdict. Well, I mean, she can't stay out of trouble. So I got a few tidbits here, and I'll try to remember most of them off the top of my head, and I have to leave in about 5 minutes. But
5 minutes?
Yeah, unfortunately, because I've got the lead story at 5 o'clock, and it hasn't been tracked yet, but I'm holding it right here in my hands. So Jodi's been very popular on the video jail system. There's a video visitation system in Maricopa County jails. And on Saturday, the Saturday after her verdict, so just this past Saturday, she had 27 visits. And they're 20 minutes each.
Okay.
So think about that.
So her whole day's booked.
Her whole day.
She's so busy.
Yeah. She's on the phone, and actually it's not even, it's like a Skype.
Okay.
She's Skyping. And you can Skype Jodi Arias.
And there's no limitation on the number of Skype visits you get?
It's unlimited.
That seems unfair.
And people request her, is what you do. You go to the Maricopa County Jail website and you say, I want to visit this inmate, and it's, in this case it's Jodi Arias.
Right.
And she can decide whether or not she wants to talk to you. Okay? And that's the way the jail policy is. So the fact that she gets, hello everybody, the fact that she gets 27 visits is okay by jail standards. Here's a problem, a couple of problems actually. As a lot of you who have been following this case have probably seen, there are video or pictures of her out there mugging for the camera, with a big smile on her face, holding a Hershey bar. It is against jail rules for anybody on the other side of the video call, so the person at home, not Jodi, to take pictures while they're doing this. Okay, there are your pictures right there. It is not allowed for somebody on the other end of the call. So I'm sitting in my living room right now talking to Jodi Arias on the video phone. You can't snap pictures of that.
Right.
Okay, so they've found out, they think, who has done some of this, and they have banned 10 of her users from doing it. And that may be the least of her problems, because really she can't control that.
Right.
You can't tell me, though, that she's not sitting there watching them hold their phone up and click. Okay? Here's a big problem, though. 2 15-year-old girls from Ohio have befriended her.
Saw that, yeah.
And done video chats with her. And when their mom found out, and I think it may be 2 separate moms, but when the parents found out, they said, stop doing this.
Right.
And why are you using our credit card and our identities?
How much does it cost to talk to someone in jail?
I want to say it's $5 for 20 minutes, but don't quote me on that. So that's the issue there. So basically what Jodi said back to them, they said, hey, we can't talk to you anymore. What Jodi said back to them, according to MCSO, is go find somebody else's ID, get fake IDs, and get back and log on again. So the girls were banned. They're looking into Jodi for doing that, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, or basically saying, go get fake IDs so you can talk to me again.
What kind of fake IDs? How does it work? How do they clear someone to actually speak with an inmate?
They don't do a lot of clearing.
Okay.
And that's the issue.
So I could just log on as myself. Samia Khan wants to talk to Jodi Arias.
Yes.
And then they're just like, okay, I don't have to show proof of age or anything like that?
You put an address. Yeah, you put an address and then a credit card, and then you're good to go.
And that's it?
That's it.
Wow.
So
it's that easy.
Yeah.
And she can talk to anyone.
Yeah. So 27 visits she had just on Saturday. So that's what they're looking into now. And there's some other stuff out there. And so I said to the sheriff, I said, okay, if there's these kind of shenanigans going on, why are you still allowing her to take these video calls? And what he told me was it takes 2 to 3 days, the way that their jail disciplinary committee works. It takes 2 to 3 days to go through the process, and then they make the decision. And so basically that process started today. So within 2 or 3 days, if they find that she did something wrong, although they're putting out that she's telling underage people to try to get in touch with her and use fake IDs to do it.
And wasn't she telling another guy how to give her money via a trust?
Yeah, and I can't talk a lot about that.
Okay.
But what I am able to say is there is, no, they're not recorded right now. I can't say that. Somebody just asked if they're recorded. They're not. And it is. Contributing to the delinquency of a minor is a crime. That's what I said to the sheriff. I said, if you've got evidence, you're saying to me right now that they have contributed to the delinquency of a minor, and you know for a fact she's doing it because you're saying she is, why is she still allowed to use it?
Right.
And
could she face additional charges for that? I mean, people are like, can we put her on the death penalty? Can she get the death penalty case again?
And I don't even mean to laugh, but I mean, she's going to basically, it's not actual death row, but I mean, it's basically, it's the max security at Perryville.
Sure.
There's not too much more you can do to her.
By the way, can I ask you a question? A lot of people asking, and I don't have clear answers. What's the latest with Juror 17 in the investigation?
The judge came out today, Judge Sherry Stevens, and said that she put on her jury questionnaire when she very first signed up for the jury that she had watched parts of Dirty Little Secret, the Jodi Arias movie. And that was a big complaint that a lot of people had, that she had watched it, she'd gotten too much information. The judge questioned Juror 17, and again, this is all coming from the judge. This is not me saying it. The judge saying that when she asked Juror 17 if she was watching outside media or logging onto Facebook about this case, Juror 17 said no to her. And so at that point, she's got to take her at her word.
Right, but what about the fact that Juan Martinez had prosecuted her ex-husband?
I think that well, first of all, you'd have, and again, so I'm talking like a judge in a court of law, you would have to prove that she knew that Juan Martinez prosecuted her first husband. It wasn't a trial. It was they pled him down. He did appear in court. Juan was there, and another attorney handled the other part of it. You have to prove that she knew that and remembered him from 15 years before, right? I think really it falls more on the prosecutor's office, that once they found out that she had not one but two husbands that had been convicted of felonies, that they didn't look at those cases and see what was going on.
And it's too late now.
Yeah, Jodi's not going to get death.
Right. Well,
they won't have a new trial.
But will
the juror face
be
charges?
Reprimanded?
I think with the judge coming out and saying that she disclosed the important things to her and she believes the juror at her word that she didn't look at these things, I think it's case closed.
What about the juror's safety? I know that was of concern last week.
They're still watching her home. I talked to MCOSO just a few minutes ago, and they're still watching her home. But still, as far as I'm aware, no credible threats. So there you go.
That's the
we
update?
good?
Yep.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you
Troy.
so much, everybody, for watching.
Wait, hold on. Terry has one question. Will Jodi legally have to release the money to the Alexander family?
We didn't go into that so much, or we should have. We kind of stopped talking about it. There is a man who's trying to give her money.
Right.
And I don't know if it's a substantial amount of money or how much it is, but apparently there was some sort of a conversation as to how he could put it into some sort of a trust so the Alexanders couldn't get a hold of it. So that's another thing that the sheriff is looking into.
And these are all kind of strangers, as far as we know. Fans.
Yeah.
Jodi fans and supporters.
Yeah. Fans, I guess.
Well, they're fans. I mean...
I guess you call them fans. What else do you call them?
I don't know.
Followers. So
supporters, I guess.
All right.
Anyways, thanks for the update.
You got it. Thank you. And you're anywhere in the world at 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's where we are. You can see my full report on fox10phoenix.com.
Yeah,
Do you stream it here as well?
We don't stream it on YouTube, but it will be on fox10phoenix.com, and I will play your clip tomorrow.
So it'll be our lead story on there. So if you want to see it.
All right. Thanks, Troy.